yesterday I checked with him, but actually he takes that from some another vendor. Okay, so
Oh,
he is not having that access directly, so he will be talking to that person. And he was
oh, okay.
supposed to give yesterday night. I was waiting, but again today I will be following up with him. So for that reason, I will keep the today's session small because it is more practical. I would like to this session to be more practical oriented. Even if
Oh,
I have taken the screenshot, but that will not be helpful because seeing in the system and taking a screenshot, that is a different altogether. Okay.
okay.
Okay. So
Yeah.
in fact, yesterday also I checked in my system and what are the topics yesterday we've covered. In the last 10 minutes, I will just show you whatever I have done. And you do not have access to SAP GUI system, right? You have, or how is it? Or
No,
payroll you do not have?
I have access to my testing environment,
Hmm.
and then in our own system, but there's not much in payroll, only in the OMPA and some other modules.
Okay. So you are not means you are able to access or US payroll related node, right?
Yes, I can access the nodes. Yes.
Okay. So I would suggest because whatever system I think he will be giving it, I don't think it will be upgraded latest one and something like that. Always I face the same problem. So thing is, I will suggest we will work together because I will be doing in my system whatever, and you will be doing in your system. Okay.
Oh,
Then we
okay.
will discuss the same. Okay. So today I'll be giving some assignment to you, like
Okay.
whatever topics we have covered yesterday. Okay.
Okay.
So towards the end, I will be giving that assignment. That I will WhatsApp you that thing, and we will work together because the thing is there are certain changes also happened in the system. What I was observing the last time when I was doing a payroll, a lot of changes happened.
Hmm.
So I need someone means you need to actually do and actually make your hands dirty in the system. Even if you have to understand each and every input type. Field subtypes I expect that because questions may come from everything all the area you should know all and every terminologies so you
Okay.
should not skip anything. So I always go very deep. People say at
Yes.
high level, but I always go very deep inside each and every info type, each and every field, and each and
Okay.
every terminology we should understand. Otherwise,
Okay.
there is no point in going through all this. Anyone can read and all. So for that, my intention is to study deep dive everything in detail oriented. Okay.
Okay.
So we will go accordingly. Today, actually, for that reason, I will keep the session small, around 50 to 50 minutes to 1 hour maximum. So then tomorrow, once we have the system, and we will discuss. Okay.
Okay. In
So
ECP,
we should.
I wanted to ask a quick question on ECP.
Hmm. Tell
The
me.
you know how the in the integration when you're configuring the ECP side of things for the integration between EC and ECP,
Okay.
there is a point there where they said that where they talk about what is that now? Something about set the wage type, the component, making sure that
I also have that slide with me. Let me quickly go to which we are talking about.
making sure that the pay component is
This is your 24 steps you're talking about.
Yes, I found this one, so you don't need to do this for me. I found it in the all-in-one. So I was asking you yesterday about the 14 steps, maybe 24 steps and the 17 steps. So don't worry because I found it. So I'm just reading. I just finished reading it now. But I just wanted to ask a question, which is I think the number is comparing. Number 17. You see there says the pay component and which. So I was reading the details. What does this mean? Does it mean that can you download the pay component configuration in EC to in on-site premises?
Pay component and wage type configuration report check. You mean the last point, right? 17.
Yeah. So this report, can you download the report? Oh, I mean, I can't understand it.
Yeah, actually, this is more related to that. One point is related to the check tool. Another point is there is inside the check tool you can download, right?
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
the one. And
Okay.
waste type configuration, you can always means I will tell you means that screenshot I have not taken here, but definitely I will help you in this. Okay, so I just make a note of it, and
Yeah.
I will definitely help you tomorrow. Okay, I will
Okay.
find it out which one
Okay.
is actually yeah. Anything else from here?
No, because I didn't understand to make sure that both sites are the same, and I wasn't sure. Can you download what was already configured in, let's say, on-site premise into ECP or
Okay,
EC? Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
I got it. So
Yeah.
I will go through it.
Okay.
So we'll go through it.
Yeah.
So today we'll start our session with day three UST year and tax adjustment. Before we go ahead,
Yeah.
like yesterday we were discussing W4, W2 and all. So you were telling W2, what is the W2? So from a process point of view, I just make a diagram of it, like how you will understand W4 and W2. Okay.
Okay.
So this is a clear understanding, like whenever employee is hired by an organization,
Mm-hmm.
so they will be providing particular hiring date or pay date. They will be also providing a pay rate, how much you will be paid per month or by if it is a bi-weekly per 15 days. So these things will be the during your onboarding process it will happen.
Okay.
Then employee whenever during your onboarding process he will be filling up the IRS form, that is the Internal Revenue Service, that form from, or we call it W4. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
employer will do. So he will be adding those data, whatever you have filled up in the W4 form. Okay.
Okay.
So he will be filling it in the payroll system. In our case, it will be whatever in the EC payroll system. He will be filling all those. Employer will be filling up those. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and employee will be providing those whatever the allowance certificate, and it will complete that. Once it is done, the ongoing process will work, like so you will work for 1 year, completely 1 year, and every month you are paid a certain amount as per agreement.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
there will be certain tax will be you will be paying whatever you have mentioned, means according to your W4 withholding data. Okay, then as you are mentioning, you have yesterday you were telling that you are filling it up W2 form. Okay, and that is your done at the year end. Okay, so
Yes.
employee you will be doing as an employee, you receive the W2 form at the year end. Okay, on or before 31st of January. Okay,
Okay.
your employer will be providing that IRS and for all the employees for the entire year end, and that is your W2 wage and tax statement. Okay, so you call it
Yeah.
W2 tax statement. In India, we call it Form 16, 16, Form 16. It is very similar.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So this is just for a knowledge sake. How if
Yes.
someone asks what is
Okay.
it's basic, nothing to
Yeah.
related to year end, but you have to understand where exactly
Yes.
it is coming from.
Okay.
Now we'll be starting our main topic for today, that is your year-end tax adjustment and the workbench. Okay, so there are actually 8 steps I mentioned inside the 7 steps, 7 box actually. Okay, but out of this, all of this we have to understand 2 or 3 steps. Other steps we already know it. Okay, so
Okay.
when it comes to the new step, only 2 or 3 new steps are there. Okay, so I'll be explaining you one by one, like what are those steps. First we do as an we have to analyze as an employer. Okay, suppose I am an employer and I have to analyze employees payroll results. So what are the payroll results for the pay adjustment, if any adjustment happened inside in that particular year, if any payroll tax related adjustment is happening. Okay, so that I
Okay.
have to understand. Second one is depending upon that we have to go to there is a info type called 221. Okay, so that is a tax all kind of tax adjustment, and also you have to go through that, and I will be going to detail like in 221 how what are the different varieties of subtypes are there, how to fill it up. There is a separate transaction for that. We'll discuss that. Okay, this is at a high level. Then maintain payroll status. So this one you already know it, like info type 3, right? Info type 3 has a lot of payroll from a payroll point of view. It plays a major role. Means up to how many months you have to want to retro. All those payroll run up to there. So lot of fields which is very specific to payroll. That will be having a recap of it as we know already about it. Then next step is you're creating info type 220 with correct data. Means whatever the correct data. So first, your second step, you have to decide correct subtype. There are 4 different subtypes are there. So which one is applicable for that employee, you have to decide. And in the 4th step, actually, you have to create that info type with the proper data. Once it is done, then you have to run your off-cycle payroll. Okay, off-cycle payroll for adjustment. Okay, there are type C, type A. There are different types of off-cycle payroll reason. Type A actually your bonus payment and all. So there are different types of cycle. That is also you know about it, how to run an off-cycle. Okay, so once it is done, the next step is a run downstream posting. Downstream posting is that is a finance posting for account payable and all. So that is again we know it. Okay, the last one is a new one again, how to run a tax reporter. How to run a tax. So tax reporter tomorrow I'll be discussing, because that requires a system access and all. Otherwise I will just prepare, anyway I will just follow up with Mr. Aditya team and Sanmukha. I'll be checking with them, and anyway tomorrow I'll be discussing, because tax reporter has a lot of reports which how to run those reports, how to check those figures. I will be discussing tomorrow. But having said that, now we'll be going to what are the different 8 steps, okay, into detail. But I'll be focusing on the whatever the new steps which are applicable for us. Okay.
I wanted to know what is that info type 221. What is that?
I'll be coming to that, so don't worry.
Oh,
I'll be
okay.
coming to that. We'll go in detail, because today's topic is focused on one info type only.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll be discussing only that particular info type today and nothing else. Okay, so I'll be going detail. So first step is, why do you run an adjustment? So there, what are the possible scenarios? Okay, so first you have to understand the business processes, under what conditions basically employee will be doing the tax adjustment. Okay, so there can be at a broad level. So like there can be many other regions as well. But here I have given them some most frequently used examples. Like suppose you are overpaid, or you have some claims. Okay, or during a payroll error. Some error happened which is caught by your payroll analyst, but in this month you would like to, or next month you would like to adjust. Okay, it may happen. Or third scenario, it can be employee reporting error. Some kind of reporting related issues happened. The date of joining was supposed to be say 4th of January, but you have maintained it 18th of January. So accordingly some difference happened. Okay, so otherwise it may happen, employee was promised to join on particular day, he joined some other day. Okay, so but the data entered in the system is wrong. Okay, so in those kind of situations. And also the last one is delays or issues related to tax rate updates in your system. Okay, suppose you are supposed to update your system on say January 2020, but due to some reason you have updated your system say in the month of February. Okay, so accordingly 1 month's calculation will be recalculated. Okay, so you have to adjust that thing in the month of February. Okay, so in this kind, these are main scenarios, major scenarios under which actually we generally analyze the situation, and we adjust those payment in the next month. Okay, so these are the different scenario where exactly we do year-end adjustment. This is a part of your year-end adjustment process. Okay, so ideally November, December, if you're facing some challenges, by January of the next year you should be able to correct those things and it should be processed. So generally in the typical US payroll, I have seen mostly the November to March, February. So these are the most of the busiest hectic schedule for all the payroll consultant, analyst, all the payroll end user, administrator, everyone. Okay, so same goes with your half yearly adjustment process also. But year end is more important compared to the half yearly one. So this is the one. The second one is this adjusting the payroll status info type. That is your info type 3. So this one you are already aware of. So I'll be asking a quick question. So if you see, there are 6 different fields in the info type 3. Okay, so I will just ask to you. So what do you understand by these 6 in? I will just earliest pay personal RA date. What do you mean by it? Any?
Which one? The retroactive date?
Exactly. So all these 6 are actually interrelated. Okay.
Yeah.
But I have maintained only one field here, like run payroll up to 31st of May 2020 for employee 73, Mr.
Yeah.
David Smith. Okay.
Yeah.
So for this employee, I have had in the system. It is a live system from my system. Yesterday only I tried this.
Oh,
And
okay.
so here you will just only you have to understand this. This is a recap again, like info type 3. What are the difference? These 6 different fields like payroll, retroactive accounting.
Mhm.
Just quickly, if you can summarize, like what